You've already tried counting sheep, adjusting your pillow a dozen times, and scrolling through your phone, hoping that maybe the soft glow of the screen would lull you into unconsciousness. But instead of drifting off, your mind is racing. The minutes on the clock are ticking away, each one bringing you closer to the dreaded morning alarm. And all you can think about is how exhausted you'll be the next day. Again. Now let me ask you something. What if tonight was different? What if instead of staring at the ceiling, tossing and turning, you could fall into a deep, restful sleep without the need for pills, fancy gadgets, or complicated routines? You might think it's too good to be true, but stay with me because by the end of this story, you'll understand why the answer to your sleepless nights has been hiding in plain sight all along. And it's much simpler than you think. But before I tell you what it is, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. After all, insomnia is not just your problem, it's a silent epidemic affecting millions around the world. And it's not just about feeling tired, it's about something far more serious. Insomnia is not just an inconvenience, it's a real health crisis. Did you know that 1 in 3 people worldwide suffer from some form of sleep disturbance? Think about that for a second. That's millions. No, billions of people who are struggling to do something that should be as natural as breathing, fall asleep. And the consequences are devastating. Sleep deprivation has been linked to everything from poor mental health to weight gain, weakened immunity, and even increased risk of heart disease. If you're not sleeping well, you're not living well. Period. Most people who can't sleep do what seems obvious. They turn to quick fixes like over-the-counter sleep aids or, for more serious cases, prescription medications. Maybe you've even tried these yourself, and sure, these pills might knock you out for a night or two. But here's the dirty little secret. They're not fixing anything. In fact, they might be making things worse. Sleeping pills, whether prescribed or over-the-counter, are often marketed as the magic bullet for insomniacs. You pop a pill, and within an hour, you're out like a light, right? Sounds great in theory. But what they don't tell you is the price you pay for this quick fix. For starters, sleeping pills often come with a laundry list of side effects: grogginess, confusion, memory problems, and even dependency. Yep, that's right. Your body can become on these little helpers. Over time, the more you rely on them, the harder it becomes to sleep without them. And then there's the most ironic part. In the long term, these pills can actually your sleep cycle, leading to poorer quality sleep overall. You might be unconscious, but that doesn't mean you're getting the deep, restorative rest your body craves. It's like using duct tape to fix a leak in a sinking ship. It holds for a while, but eventually, the water's going to come pouring in. What if I told you that relying on these pills might not just steal your sleep, it could steal something much more valuable? I'm talking about your memory, your ability to think clearly, your ability to feel alive. Sounds dramatic, I know, but there's mounting evidence that long-term use of sleep medications might actually increase your risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Now, imagine lying awake at night, not because you can't sleep, but because you can't how to. The very thing you took to help you drift off might one day rob you of your most precious memories. Scary, right? But here's where things take a hopeful turn. Now, after hearing all that, you might be thinking, great, so what am I supposed to do? Just lie awake forever? Hold on, I promised you a solution, didn't I? Here's the thing. For centuries, long before modern medicine and pharmaceuticals existed, people still managed to sleep. Not only that, they thrived. They worked hard, raised families, and lived full lives, all without the help of a tiny pill. So what was their secret? Turns out, they had a better understanding of the relationship between food and sleep than we do today. Yes, food. Something as simple as what you eat or don't eat before bed can have a profound impact on your ability to fall asleep and stay asleep. What if I told you there's a specific food that, when eaten before bed, could naturally help your body wind down, relax, and slip into the kind of deep, uninterrupted sleep you've been craving? No side effects, no grogginess the next day. Just pure, restful slumber. Sound too good to be true? Trust me, it's not. You see, modern science is just beginning to catch up to what our ancestors knew all along. The right food can act as nature's sleeping pill. But the best part? It doesn't just help you sleep. It nourishes your body, improves your health, and leaves you feeling refreshed and rejuvenated, like you're finally in sync with your own natural rhythms. But there's a catch. Most people have no idea that this food is right there, waiting for them. and even fewer people know to use it to its full potential. That's why most of us end up in the same frustrating cycle, fighting to sleep, turning to pills, waking up groggy, and starting all over again the next night. It's a vicious loop that leaves us more exhausted, stressed, and desperate than before. So why isn't everyone talking about this natural solution? Well, in part, it's because the world we live in is designed to sell us quick fixes. Pharmaceutical companies make billions of dollars each year convincing us that the only way to solve our sleep problems is through medication. They've spent decades and a fortune creating a culture that sees pills as the only viable option. But the truth? It's much simpler than that. I'm not saying that all sleep issues can be solved with a change in diet, or that there's no place for medical intervention in treating insomnia. But what I am saying is this: before you turn to pills, before you give up hope, it's worth considering the power of what's already on your plate. After all, wouldn't you rather solve your sleep problem naturally, without risking your health and well-being in the process? But here's where things get even more interesting. What if I told you that some of the foods you've been eating before bed are actually making your insomnia worse? That's right. You could be sabotaging your own sleep without even realizing it. Picture this. You're trying to unwind after a long day, so you grab a snack before bed, maybe a bowl of ice cream or a bag of chips. It seems harmless enough, right? But what if that late-night snack was secretly keeping your body on high alert, making it impossible for your brain to shut off? Think about it for a moment. Our ancestors didn't have pills to help them sleep. They didn't have doctors writing prescriptions for Ambien or melatonin supplements stocked on every supermarket shelf. Yet, they still managed to fall asleep, to stay asleep, and to wake up rested. What's changed between then and now? Modern life has disconnected us from the natural cues that help our bodies wind down, cues that are tied directly to what we eat and when we eat it. That's why today, it's more important than ever to understand how the food we consume impacts our sleep. Food plays an intricate role in how our bodies prepare for sleep. Every bite you take sets off a cascade of reactions within your body, a chemical ballet that can either help or hinder your ability to rest. But because this connection isn't widely talked about, most people miss the signs that their diet is sabotaging their sleep. Think about it. How often do you hear someone say, "I couldn't sleep last night because I had the wrong dinner"? Not often, right? But the truth is, it happens all the time. You might be filling your body with the wrong fuel at the wrong time without even realizing the impact it's having on your sleep cycle. Now, let's talk about the science behind it. Sleep is governed by a complex interplay of hormones, and one of the key players is melatonin. You've probably heard of it. It's the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep, helping to regulate your circadian rhythm, which is essentially your body's internal clock. This rhythm tells you when to wake up and when to sleep, and it's heavily influenced by external factors, especially light and food. Certain foods have the power to increase your body's natural production of melatonin, helping you fall asleep faster and enjoy deeper, more restorative sleep. These foods are rich in compounds like tryptophan, magnesium, and certain vitamins that promote relaxation and support your body's sleep cycles. They act as natural sleep aids, gently nudging your body into a state of restfulness without the harsh effects of medication. They don't knock you out. They guide you there, slowly and naturally. Let's dive deeper into one of these compounds, tryptophan. Tryptophan is an amino acid found in many common foods, and it plays a crucial role in the production of serotonin, which is a precursor to melatonin. When you eat foods rich in tryptophan, your body converts it into serotonin, a neurotransmitter that makes you feel calm and relaxed. That serotonin is then used to produce melatonin, which tells your body it's time to sleep. This process is completely natural, and it's one of the ways that your body's systems are designed to work in harmony. When you eat the right foods, you're giving your body the tools it needs to produce its own sleep-inducing chemicals, rather than relying on artificial substitutes. But it's not just tryptophan that can influence your sleep. Magnesium, another important mineral, plays a significant role as well. Magnesium is often referred to as the relaxation mineral because of its calming effects on the nervous system. It helps regulate neurotransmitters and reduces stress, both of which are critical for good sleep. When your body has enough magnesium, it can more easily relax muscles and quiet the mind, creating the perfect environment for deep sleep. Unfortunately, many people are deficient in magnesium, thanks to modern diets that are high in processed foods and low in whole, nutrient-dense options. This deficiency can lead to restless sleep, frequent waking, or even insomnia. But by incorporating magnesium-rich foods into your diet, like leafy greens, nuts, and seeds, you can help your body get the rest it needs. There's also another piece to this puzzle: timing. It's not just about you eat, it's about you eat it. Your body's metabolism and circadian rhythm are closely linked, meaning that the timing of your meals can have a profound effect on your ability to fall asleep. Eating too close to bedtime can cause your body to be focused on digestion when it should be winding down for sleep. This is especially true if you're eating heavy or rich foods late at night, which can cause discomfort and make it harder for your body to relax. But the timing issue goes beyond just late-night snacks. What you eat throughout the day matters too. Skipping meals or eating irregularly can throw off your body's internal clock, making it harder to fall asleep when you want to. Your body thrives on routine, and that includes your eating habits. By eating balanced, nutrient-dense meals at regular intervals, you're helping to keep your circadian rhythm in check, making it easier to fall asleep at night. Now, here's something that most people don't realize. Some of the foods you think are harmless or even healthy might actually be keeping you up at night. Take caffeine, for example. Most of us know that having a cup of coffee too late in the day can disrupt sleep, but what you might not realize is that caffeine can linger in your system for hours, sometimes even up to 12 hours. So that afternoon pick-me-up or that post-dinner chocolate dessert, they might still be affecting you when you're trying to sleep at midnight. It's not just caffeine, though. Sugar is another sneaky culprit. We all know the sugar rush, the spike of energy you feel after indulging in something sweet. But what comes after that? The crash. And while you might think that crash would help you fall asleep, it doesn't. When your blood sugar levels spike and then plummet, your body goes into a state of stress, which can make it harder for you to relax and fall asleep. In fact, research has shown that diets high in sugar and refined carbohydrates can lead to more frequent wake-ups during the night and less restorative sleep overall. So, what can you do about it? First, start by paying attention to what you eat in the hours leading up to bedtime. Try to avoid caffeine in the afternoon and evening, and keep an eye on your sugar intake, especially later in the day. Instead, focus on foods that are rich in tryptophan, magnesium, and other nutrients that promote relaxation and sleep. These include things like bananas, almonds, oatmeal, and chamomile tea. But beyond just avoiding the wrong foods, it's important to embrace the right ones. When you incorporate sleep-supporting foods into your diet on a regular basis, you're giving your body the foundation it needs to sleep deeply and wake up feeling refreshed. It's about creating a balance, one that allows your body to wind down naturally without the need for artificial aids. It's also worth mentioning that hydration plays a key role in sleep too. Dehydration can lead to restless sleep and discomfort, especially if you wake up in the middle of the night feeling thirsty. But on the flip side, drinking too much liquid right before bed can lead to frequent bathroom trips, which also disrupts your sleep cycle. Finding that balance, staying hydrated throughout the day but limiting fluid intake in the hour or two before bed, is another important piece of the sleep puzzle. What you eat and how you eat has a profound impact on every aspect of your health, but its connection to sleep is often overlooked. We live in a fast-paced world where convenience often trumps mindfulness, especially when it comes to food. But the reality is that our bodies are designed to respond to the foods we eat in very specific ways. And when we ignore that, when we fuel our bodies with the wrong things, we're sabotaging our own ability to function at our best, including our ability to sleep. Sleep is not just something that happens to us. It's something we actively create through our choices, including what we choose to eat. And when we get it right, when we nourish our bodies with the right foods at the right times, sleep comes naturally, easily, and deeply. It's not about forcing your body to shut down with a pill. It's about giving your body the support it needs to do what it was designed to do: rest, recover, and rejuvenate. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of another restless night. You've done it all before. Turned down the lights, set your phone aside, played that calming playlist, and maybe even indulged in some light meditation. But here you are again, sleepless, mind buzzing, and the minutes on the clock slipping away, ticking toward dawn. It's maddening, isn't it? The frustration of wanting, no, sleep, but being unable to grasp it. You're exhausted, and yet sleep feels like it's playing a cruel game of hide and seek with your sanity. You lie there in the dark, desperately chasing it, wondering why your body won't cooperate with your mind's plea to shut down, rest, and let go. The truth is, insomnia is a beast. It's sneaky. It doesn't always come from obvious places, and more often than not, it feels like your body is conspiring against you. The world is heavy, the stress is unrelenting, And in moments of desperation, you turn to quick fixes, those little pills, sleeping tablets that promise sweet, uninterrupted rest. But how often have they truly worked for you? Sure, they may knock you out, give you that brief period of unconsciousness. But when you wake up, how do you feel? Groggy, disoriented, maybe even more tired than you were before you closed your eyes? There's something fundamentally wrong with this picture. You weren't born with insomnia. Your body knows how to sleep. It just needs the right environment to do so. And yet, night after night, millions of people turn to pharmaceuticals to force sleep, rather than nurturing the natural rhythms that our ancestors once relied on. This reliance on pills is a dangerous cycle, one that leaves you dependent and disconnected from the very thing you're seeking: rest, the kind that makes you feel whole again when you wake up. But what if the solution to your sleepless nights didn't come in a bottle? What if, instead of numbing yourself into a false slumber, you could turn to something much simpler, something natural that works in harmony with your body's needs? The secret is right under your nose, or rather, on your plate. You see, the answer to your sleep struggles isn't found in medication, but in food. Yes, food, the thing you eat every single day, often without thinking about its deeper impact on your body's intricate systems. There is one food in particular that has the power to change everything for you. No, it's not some exotic superfruit or a supplement you've never heard of. It's something you can find at your local grocery store, probably in the produce aisle or maybe near the nuts and seeds. It's simple, it's natural, and it's been quietly helping people sleep better for centuries. This food has the power to restore your body's natural sleep rhythm, sending the signal to your brain that it's time to wind down, relax, and enter that deep restorative state that so often eludes you. But before we dive into what this magical food is, let's take a moment to understand why food plays such a critical role in sleep. Your body is an incredibly complex machine, constantly processing the nutrients you give it to fuel not just your muscles, but your mind and your internal systems. Every piece of food you eat sets off a chain reaction inside your body, triggering the release of hormones, neurotransmitters, and other biochemical signals that influence everything from your mood to your ability to rest. Sleep, in particular, is governed by a delicate balance of hormones, most notably melatonin and serotonin. These two hormones are responsible for regulating your sleep-wake cycle, the internal clock that tells your body when it's time to be awake and when it's time to sleep. But here's the thing, your body doesn't just produce these hormones out of thin air. It needs raw materials, nutrients, and the right environmental cues to trigger their production. And this is where food comes into play. Certain foods contain the building blocks your body needs to create melatonin and serotonin. These foods are rich in amino acids, vitamins, and minerals that work together to calm your nervous system, ease anxiety, and prepare your body for sleep. But that's not all. Some foods even contain natural compounds that mimic the effects of sleep-inducing hormones, gently nudging your body into a state of relaxation and making it easier to drift off into a deep, restful sleep. So what is this food? It's none other than a humble yet powerful ingredient you've probably encountered dozens of times in your life: almonds. Yes, almonds. They're small, they're unassuming, but they pack a powerful punch when it comes to sleep. You see, almonds are rich in magnesium, a mineral that plays a critical role in sleep regulation. Magnesium helps to relax your muscles, reduce inflammation, and calm your nervous system, all of which are essential for falling asleep and staying asleep. But the magic of almonds doesn't stop there. They also contain melatonin, that all-important hormone that tells your brain it's time to sleep. By eating a small handful of almonds before bed, you're giving your body a natural boost of melatonin, helping to regulate your sleep-wake cycle and making it easier to fall into a deep, uninterrupted slumber. And because almonds are also a good source of healthy fats, they provide a slow, steady release of energy throughout the night, helping to prevent those middle-of-the-night wake-ups caused by drops in blood sugar. Of course, almonds aren't the only food that can help you sleep better. There are other natural sleep aids hiding in plain sight, just waiting for you to discover them. Foods like bananas, for example, are rich in potassium and magnesium, both of which help to relax your muscles and calm your mind. Bananas also contain tryptophan, an amino acid that your body converts into serotonin and melatonin, making them a perfect bedtime snack. Oats are another excellent choice for promoting better sleep. They're packed with complex carbohydrates that help to increase the availability of tryptophan in your brain, while also providing a slow, steady release of energy throughout the night. Oats also contain magnesium and calcium, two minerals that are essential for regulating your sleep cycle. And let's not forget about the soothing power of a warm cup of chamomile tea, which has been used for centuries to calm the mind and prepare the body for sleep. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. You're probably wondering why, if food can have such a powerful impact on sleep, more people aren't talking about it. Why isn't this common knowledge? The answer is simple. The world we live in is built on convenience and quick fixes. We live in a society that values instant gratification, where the idea of popping a pill to solve a problem is far more appealing than taking the time to make gradual, lasting changes. But here's the thing about quick fixes: they don't last. Sure, a sleeping pill might knock you out for a few hours, but it doesn't address the root cause of your sleeplessness. In fact, over time, it can make things worse. Your body becomes reliant on the medication, and soon, you find yourself needing higher and higher doses just to get the same effect. And all the while, your natural sleep rhythm is becoming more and more disrupted. Contrast that with the power of natural solutions. When you nourish your body with the right foods, you're not just masking the symptoms of insomnia, you're addressing the underlying causes. You're giving your body the nutrients it needs to produce its own sleep-inducing hormones, and you're doing it in a way that's sustainable, safe, and healthy. There are no side effects, no grogginess, no risk of dependency. Just deep, restful sleep, night after night. But there's more to this story. Let's talk about the bigger picture for a moment. The benefits of turning to natural solutions over pills and quick fixes. Think about how often you reach for a pill or some other fast-acting solution when you're faced with a problem. Whether it's sleep, pain, anxiety, or even just a headache, our first instinct is often to seek out the easiest, fastest solution available. But in doing so, we're missing out on the opportunity to truly understand and care for our bodies. When you rely on natural solutions, like the right foods for sleep, you're not just treating a symptom. You're building a foundation for long-term health and well-being. You're taking the time to listen to your body, to understand what it needs, and to give it the support it requires to function at its best. And the benefits of this approach extend far beyond just better sleep.